All right. Welcome to another Based Pill podcast. I am Morpheus, aka the Base Pluto. And today we have a special guest named Nate. How are you, Nate?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Always, man, always. I've known Nate for years now because we're both Libertarians. And with Nate's channel, he's been open about his autism. And I asked him probably, 2 months now? All right, to come on my freaking show to discuss it because it really is interesting, like, talking to people, like men, because I have a very, very men-focused channel about these things because what the men go through with mental health is very unique in contrast to women. But so, all right, Nate, do you have Asperger's or just, like, high functional autism?
I would describe myself as more as Asperger's.
Okay, so we have more Asperger's type. Because if you do not know, the spectrum is real and there are degrees to it. Like, and okay, Nate, describe how it was like growing up as a kid and stuff, like in school.
Well, as best as I can remember, growing up, I was probably a bit more lower functioning than I am now.
Okay.
Because I'm a lot more higher functioning these days.
Okay.
However, I will say that it was like I was being treated as if I was a kid who needed to take medication because I was always hyper and all the rest of that, like a normal kid would be. So even though I had some special needs, quote unquote, I was pretty normal, strangely enough. So
But like one thing I've researched about Asperger's, especially with men, is that they didn't really have very like normal childhoods if they went to conventional schools. Like many of them were homeschooled because when they were in school they got bullied so much they had to be homeschooled. And that's serious. It really is. Like
yeah.
Because also there's a link between apparently Asperger's and more alternative cultures as well. But I learned that recently. But Nate, I would say describe between going to, let's say, elementary school to middle school to high school. How did like all those three phases change in your life?
Oh man, elementary school was pretty tough for me because I've had people making fun of me because of how I function, and of course middle school was the worst. I mean, like the worst. And
Really?
let me just say real quick, I've had people use me. They will pretend to be my friend, and then later on they would just use me and humiliate me and even abuse me. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, I mean I won't go into details. I don't want to
Yeah.
I don't want to say so much, but it was I still live with the stigma. The stigma just
Yeah.
sticks with you.
Yeah. Don't understand that feeling. Believe me, I have AVPD. It's very similar in that regard. But okay, you said middle school was the worst. How was high school then? Was it as bad or like?
High school, first 2 years was probably pretty bad because there were other. I mean, it was better than middle school because middle school was probably. I guess I could say middle school was the worst, but high school was kind of like an aftershock, sort of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I definitely
So
understand. I definitely understand. Like because in my case, I suffered from a lot of severe like racist bullying. Honestly, and I had to change school districts when I was from middle school to high school. It was that pretty much. No, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, actually, schools themselves. Like I was zoned for a certain school. I couldn't go to the school at all because it was that bad and such. And
mhm.
well, I've talked to people that have Asperger's, or autism in general. Like my brother technically has a form of it. Is that like the social issues they have is that they say social cues are difficult to read, but to be honest with you, I find it kind of BS.
Mhm.
Like, it's not that social cues are hard to read for people, what I've noticed, is that they can mean pretty much the same thing someone does can mean something entirely different.
Mhm.
Like, that's what I've noticed when I've talked to. Will you say it's like that for you as well, or no?
Well, it's been a while, so it's hard. I can't really remember very much.
Okay.
I mean, I pretty much after I finished school, I've done all I could to just try to forget about, all of the pain and all the hurt that I've gone through, because every time I think about it, I just get really, really depressed.
Believe me, I understand. I definitely understand.
Yeah, really. I mean,
no, bro, understand. No, bro, understand. Listen, that's why we like metal, bro. Like, people understand. There's definitely a link between people with like growing up problems and social problems and metal. It's true. Like, it's so true. Like, from drug use to like, what's up?
I do remember something just now that I'm thinking about it. I remember when I was a kid, I would just, I was pretty suicidal.
There actually is a link between men with autism, well, in general actually, but especially men with autism and suicide. Like a big link, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, and I remember I didn't really have a diagnosis, quote unquote, of depression. However, I was put on antidepressants for several months.
Yeah, I definitely understand that feeling. But like, all right, how I put it, okay? How was college like? You go to college, right?
Luckily, it only lasted for a few years. Luckily.
But was it better though than high school? You know what I mean? In that regard, because high school, basically you're forced to be around people. Like you're really forced to be around them. But with college, I like about college more is that you have more of a choice. Like if you want to have less people to deal with, night classes or online classes. That's why I really enjoy about college. Like if I had the option in school, I would prefer to do that. Than being there for 8 hours a day, aka public educational babysitting is all it is, and indoctrination. So like, how was that like for you? You know what I mean? That's why I've actually been told like the very, very interesting thing about with autism.
Well, I didn't really have much issues over there, but it was just too short for me to actually, come up with a determination of, what it would have been like. But if I had stayed there longer, I would probably say it would have been better.
Yeah.
In the long run.
Yeah. But okay, so like I founded a camp because I studied technology a little bit, and I'm transhumanist. A lot of people know about me in my real life as well. And it's like there's in the science community, all right, people are split on Aspergers. Half the people believe it's not a disorder at all, and I agree with them entirely. Because basically Asperger's is just pretty much a super male brain. That's all it is. Like it basically is. Okay, there's a male brain and a female brain. It's like taking the male brain and taking the male brain and similarities between that and the female brain and making it a lot more smaller. And what I've noticed is that between Asperger's, there's high IQ. Like there's actually literally like there's not pretty much people that have high IQs aren't always have Asperger's, but people with Asperger's generally have a higher IQ than most people do. I mean, they really do. Like, and it made sense to me because I have a high IQ as well, and I suffered from the same exact thing socially they did for many, many years and stuff. So like, it's like, for example, people with Asperger's I talk to, or autism in general, the part we gotta explain things to people, you know what I mean? And explain certain things like in a pattern formation so they understand people can be thrown off by that, you know what I mean? Or feel like you're like literally dumbing yourself down for other people and such. Like I know what that feels entirely. I really do.
Yeah.
But okay,
yeah.
Okay, but how was like getting a job though? How did that happen?
Oh man, it's really hard to find a job where I live. That is, but man, there are very few places where they are willing to accommodate for those with autism and probably with other disabilities as well. I mean, despite all of the so-called inclusion stuff that they put in their policies or whatnot, it's really not as inclusive as most people would think.
Would you think it would help if they classify people with autism as a minority class for employment?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure what the solution is, to be perfectly honest, but okay. The thing is, if someone is, they've got the qualifications or they're willing to work, basically they're able to function well in the workplace, it really shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they've made it much more difficult. Plus, I mean, they have all these programs to help those with disabilities, but they're essentially just safety nets.
And I've heard they're kind of like
Basically.
hit or miss when it comes to people with autism as well. Those programs, like I do believe some of them do work. And from my lab work, personally, the best place I've seen people with autism do pretty much decently is technology, pretty much. Like, but not help desk, not that. Not that, definitely not that, definitely not that. That is where you do not want to go, is help desk, okay? Support jobs,
Yeah.
no, that's where you don't want to go. But like network engineering, okay, architecture, that's what they do very, very well in and stuff like that. And even programming as well, web design, they do pretty much good with that as well. And even like animation as well, they're pretty straight at that.
Mhm.
But that's one thing I've noticed too, is the link between autism and unemployment. I was like, it's huge, like a very, very huge link with it. And I was very surprised when I found it out, more than I thought it was going to be. Like, now Nate, okay, have you met anyone else with autism as well and stuff?
Oh yeah. I was in special ed classes for most of my time in public school, and I will tell you this, people who are not around those with autism, they often, I would, let me just say this.
Okay.
Every time I see like a kid who would show the signs that I was showing before my diagnosis, people would sometimes, make fun of them or look at them like they're weird, but I don't look at them as if they're weird at all.
I don't either, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, look, their brain is wired differently. I mean, it's not like they have a mental illness or whatever, because it's not that at all. It's just, it's really just, their brain is wired differently, and they're trying to figure out the whole world, and it's taking more time for them to figure it out. That was something that I had to. That was something that I was doing as I was developing. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, in some ways also too, like what I've noticed too is they figure things out faster in some ways too, which is always not, I would say, pushed. Like I don't like looking at the autism, like I don't say propaganda, but you know what I mean, like those, because the way they try to push it is like they're behind, you know what I mean, or they're like falling behind in certain, but like when it comes to things, for example, like physics and science, okay, a lot of people with autism were the first ones, like usually ahead of everyone else when it came to those things. But I realized it's because the way our education system is designed is it's not designed for men in general. It's not.
No.
So we have, let's say, Aspergers, right? Aspergers is a super male brain, so of course they're gonna have issues in school. It's not designed for men. Like, it's like, hello, the problem is right there. It's not designed for men at all. And it's like, it's just one of the things I've noticed too, or like people use autism and mental disorders as like synonyms, like it's illness, but like no, it's not. No, it's not illness.
I mean, it's not a cold. It's not like having a cold. It's not like having an STD for life. I mean, hello. Yeah. And it's not like something that requires medication. I mean, for crying out loud, don't listen to people who say if your kid has autism, they might, this drug might be good for them. No, don't listen to that, please. Don't.
Unless it's like super low autism, like very, very low on the spectrum. Maybe that's pushing it, honestly. But okay,
let me just say real quick. I remember them pushing these drugs, back in the day when I was a kid, and they as they were ending, they would say side effects include this, and that, and I'm like, well, that's gonna ruin the kid.
Okay, so Nate, all right. Describe how it's like, okay, trying to get a woman, all right, romantically. We have autism or Asperger's. How's it like, you know what I mean?
Oh man, I could tell you a few stories.
You have to. But no, you have to if you want to, you know what I mean, of course. Because people don't realize how bad it is. They don't realize it. And the thing is, once I talk to, it's the men have these stories. That's the women with autism. You
Yeah.
know, like mostly it's the men who have these extreme stories. And I realized because like actually at Day Two, Nate, you've seen this well probably in my timeline where it's disorders, men versus women. For women, it's like always been, you know, they're straight. But for men, it's like they have no intercourse, no romance, nothing. But having the exact same disorder as the women are. So describe how it's like, Nate, you know what I mean? Or a few examples, you know what I mean? So they realize where you're coming from and such.
Well, I never dated at all. At all. And I've only the farthest I've ever gone. I just only had a whole bunch of crushes, and that was it. Though amazingly, most of my crushes, we figure out we're better off just being friends, and that's it.
I understand.
But I will say this: growing up, most of my friends were women, because I actually grew up being afraid of men because I've been abused by men.
I understand.
Yeah. But these days, I don't hate men. I mean, I've managed to grow out of most of that pain. I mean, I'm still dealing with a few areas here and there, but
Yeah.
I've managed to grow out of it for the most part and just carry on with my life. I just got to be strong.
Honestly. The chat asks how the education system designed, how the education system against men. Okay, the reason why it's against men is because education it basically is about repeating information. That's how it's designed in school. That's literally all it is, because that's what women are basically good at. But the actual thing like more branched out thought solutions from problems that is not at all put in the K-12 system whatsoever. It's not. Like it was. Nate, was you abused? No. Listen, the abuse. Okay, and bullying and autism go like together. They really do. The data y'all is crazy out here. You can research, and it's true because I've taught kids, okay, who had autism. I did. Bear with you. Some of them, okay, no, not some. I would say, of all the kids I've known, all right, I've taught whatever. Only maybe 2 of them were like, like acting wild, like they're like loud. You know what I mean? But the most of them kept themselves. Like, I mean, they kept themselves hard, kept themselves. Because they were used to, as children, going through such negative reinforcement by just existing because of just having personality, wiring, I guess, whatever. And that's what really just made them be more mute and stuff. It's horrible, you know what I mean? It really is. And it's like, when I educate this about men, I realize is that they don't really care because it's a men's issue. That's what they won't tell you, all right? You see, autism, Nate, have you ever been told, Nate, just did a girl that's autism too. Do that or not?
I actually never ran into that, amazingly.
Yes, I've really talked to so many dudes actually who were told this because they're more super mega functional autism, you know what I mean? They'll say, just find an autistic girl and you be freaking set. The thing is, they're the minority. They're the minority of the actual autism community, I guess you want to say. Or like pretty much of them. And they're just not enough to go around. That's called what it is. That's called what it is. Like, there's not enough to go around. And that to me is very, very sad too, because it's like both men and women that have this disorder go through this. Yeah, we can say disorder, right? That counts more. Go through things in life. Okay, very similar things to a point, but it's like what the men go through and the women go through are just so different. Like, the women go through things like, I had a boyfriend and he cheated on me, he didn't love me, he used me for intercourse. And then I'm like, you know what? I understand. Okay, I really do. Like, they get left all the time for women who are not autistic. But it's the men who got nothing at all to begin with. Like, at all. And it's very, very interesting contrast. It really is. And it's like, it's sad to me because I know it's because it's a men's issue. You know what I mean? If it was an issue more with women, this would be more talked about in a way that was less, hush, less stigmatized. And my channel, as you know, is a men-focused channel. I focus a lot on mental health with men a lot, actually. And it's like, when I did research on autism and stuff, it's honestly really, really sad because it's like, I see this problem, okay? I seen it firsthand. And it's like these stories that these men tell when they have this disorder are just so wild. You know what I mean? Like the abuse. Some even do drugs as well. A lot of drugs abuse as well. Like they did like cocaine and stuff or heroin. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them do that. And it's like they just want to feel normal, you know, like
Yeah.
conventionally normal. And I understand where they're coming from because, again, I have AVPD. I do. AVPD is horrible. AVPD, like, it's a nightmare. And if you have both of them, God bless. Okay? But you playing on Dark Souls, okay, like 1, 2, and 3 together, one run, okay, like know it all pretty much upgrades. Like that's probably a nightmare. Is that
Yeah.
having APPD and autism? That's like no, like and okay. So Nate, you went to special classes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll call them. I hate that term too. Special classes, dumb behind term. Like, but you went to classes, you know what I mean, that you would say were revolved around your, you know, autism, okay? Do you believe, honestly, it made it worse for you in school with going to classes when it came to relation of other students?
Well, they put usually the students that I was around. You know, at first it was usually they had pretty much the same issues that I had. However, they would move me up to other special ed classes. You know, where the kids didn't really have you know, Aspergers. Generally, it's generally something else.
Yes.
like dyslexia maybe. Yeah, usually that's what I ran into in special ed classes. So, you know, it was you know, they were like saying I was doing so well, you know, in the other classes, you know, with kids, where I'm around kids who have the same issues, or you know, they have the same issues that I do. However, you know, I think you know, it kind of gotten harder when I was put in you know, a much higher level class. You know, as much as I can remember.
What I've noticed too is that they'll put them, okay, sometimes. Well, it happens. One, they go to the class, right? And obviously, it's a target on the kid's back. I mean, clearly it is. Like, clearly, it's called space bait here, you know what I mean? And the kids know who goes to classes. So they see the kid go in and out of classes, you know what I mean? And they bully the child. Or what happens too is the kid will do so, quote unquote, well in the class for autism or Aspergers, whatever, okay? And like they put them in normal classes, right? And when they put them in normal classes, the kids get so much like negative reinforcement from being around normal children. And that's what I've noticed a lot from my stories of what I've researched, is that that's what happens to so many of them, is that they either do so well, they get put in normal classes and life becomes horrible till like 18, or they literally, it's the whole, all right, you're going to go in and out of classes or be homeschooled. You know what I mean? A lot of them end up being homeschooled because they literally just can't take it all being in an intense, severe environment, because the truth is about bullying is that schools cannot at all defend you from bullies whatsoever. They can't. They literally can't do it. They legally cannot do it at all because they will get sued to the ground. Okay, it's a sad behind truth. Like,
yeah. I've been. There have been a few peers that have bullied me in middle school and up to my sophomore year in high school. I mean, they kept bullying me until they got expelled for something else.
Well, there we go.
So, yeah, once they got expelled, once they got expelled, I was pretty much free at last.
Well, there you go. The problem solved itself. There you go. All right. In the chat, Black Ronan says, I got locked up for having a meltdown and punching a school resource officer and spent 3 months in jail. Had to repeat the 10th grade. Yeah, that's something I've noticed too, is that there's definitely a link between like that happening, you know what I mean, with the actual, you know, autism, Asperger's syndrome, or spectrum.
Yeah.
Spectrum, yeah, spectrum. Okay, coming from someone who has like Asperger's syndrome too, I know where you're coming from. The thing is, I don't have it though. I don't. I just have AVPD, and that's a nightmare in itself. Okay, it really is, y'all. And it's like for a while I thought I did have Asperger's, you know what I mean? For a little bit, I'm like, maybe I have Asperger's, you know what I mean? But then it's like certain things they would say, it's like, no, opposite actually. Opposite of this for the wrong reasons, you know what I mean? For the very wrong reasons. Like, I've never really had problems reading social cues, you know what I mean? It was more like, how to put it? For having AVPD, we basically are people pleasers. Because avoidant personality disorder, okay? What the people is like, oh, so it's not social? No, you gotta understand, the disorder literally is entitled, okay? So what they like to do? It's basically about avoiding conflicts, all right? Avoiding conflicts. So I basically would look for situations where I have pretty much a guaranteed absolute outcome of it, and that's basically been my life. Like trying to avoid situations where it's no gray zones at all, and I like those situations because it's comfortable. It makes you feel more human and stuff. But what chat here says, living with autism sucks. We're dying alone, and that's it. The funny thing is, just the men are though. You know, like I'm being real, y'all. Just the men are, just the men. Okay, like if you go to listen, y'all. I hate to be this guy, but if you go to like even autism dating websites, whatever, does not help. Does not help, okay? Does not help. Does not help. I'm sorry, like, or you go to the forums, you know what I mean, and they discuss like dating. The stories that men say and what women say are just so different. The men might hear occasionally, oh, I had a girlfriend and they were abused by the girlfriend, got used for money and stuff. It was like horrible behind stories, you know, like really bad. Or it's I can't get a girlfriend. The girls is like, oh, he cheated on me. I was abused. Like that's more. I won't say it's good, but more typical conventional stuff that happens in a relationship, you know what I mean? And it's just so radical to me how literally the separation is it's different, you know what I mean? And you can't discuss this at all publicly. You can't do it, like, because if I do, it's like, oh, so you're ignoring the problems that women face with autism too? I'm like, no, it's just different. It's just different. It's just different. Yeah. It's just different. Oh my God, man, that's so wild though, man. It really is. So Nate, what do you okay, what age did you get your first job though? I mean, what age?
I believe around 15, 16. That's when I was doing like the summer jobs. You know, they had like a special program, you know, during the summer, you know, this during summer school or whatnot. Yeah. Where we would be working at a job for like a couple of months during the summer. Yeah. So, you know, I would do that for like a few summers, so last few summers of my high school era. And yeah, you know, there was like one job that I, you know, stayed, you know, and volunteered. And eventually I finally got my own official job, which I still have. However, I'm not working at it at the moment because of the lockdown. So
yeah, I completely understand, dude. Okay. Like, dude, if you don't, people don't know me in the chat, from my employment, I fix computers, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I do for most of my income nowadays, because the lockdown, y'all, has caused, like, these companies out here, y'all, are picky as hell. Like, they are not playing with resumes. They are not playing, y'all, like, because it basically is a market for the employer right now, currently, if you're not in, like, you know, more super intense, like, positions. But, all right, Nate, so, how to put it? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, but I have to, okay? So, I've looked into the community for autism, okay? And I've noticed it's very, very leftist. But I know why, though. You know what I mean? I understand. I do. Okay? Would you say as well it's very, very leftist community of autism?
Oh, yeah. That's where I started before becoming libertarian. So... I speak from experience, especially here in California.
Oh God, California, man, the worst. But like, the reason why I understand they're coming from, because they were treated so bad. You know what I mean? As a kid, you weren't treated as even a human being to a degree. So of course you would value equality. For me, it makes sense. For me, it completely makes sense. It really does. Like this one YouTuber. Oh my God, what's this dude's name? He wrote a comic book, actually. He reviews Legos. Oh, what's the dude's name? Oh, it's gonna kill you, bro. Like, and he has a very, very good channel. You know what I mean? He has, you know, autism and stuff. And I've noticed, because, unfortunately, the voice gave it away. I don't want to be that guy. Like, it's like, the voice thing is real, you know what I mean? It is. But even that, in my opinion, is probably just more like, I think it's abuse, actually, the voice comes from, my opinion. Abuse, you know what I mean? Because it seems like abuse is called the autism voice from my own research. But he had the voice, you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay. Like, but she had a great, the channel's great though, man. Great behind channel, man. Doing Legos, very good channel. And he's a socialist. He likes socialism, you know what I mean? But I understand why. It's like, I get it. Like, I can't be like, listen, man, let me tell you why you're wrong. Like, I don't want to be that. I know, but like, if you're someone that will just treat it so poorly your entire life and treat it like you're just if you were born wrong, we just were born different. Of course, you're gonna value things that revolve around feeling like you're everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's so crazy, man. Like, it really is. The chat says, yeah, it's a little tough right now. Just got my hours cut. Basically lost my job. Haven't been to work in almost 2 weeks with little to no explanation. Yeah, bro. That's how it be. That's how it be, man. That's how it be. I completely got you. I completely got you, bro, because I have severe Aspergers, and almost everywhere I go, I get negative reinforcement still to this day since childhood, being left out and made fun of just by being in sight. On top of that, I'm socially inept. It's not even funny. I completely understand. Like, dude, people know my story now. I mean, if you haven't ever seen my or heard my 1K special on how I became a doomer, like, that pretty much was my entire life. I had issues with children because, like, it's hard to explain, but if you, okay, I obviously grew up dealing with racist bullying for years, okay, and when you literally are someone that is of African descent and you're told to act a certain way and you're not that way, you get pushed back by people who see you as a certain way to be. And that was my entire life for a long time. I was like probably 14, 15. No, probably 14, because I had to change school districts. Because I realized that changing school districts, areas, whatever I want to say honestly, is that literally I was able to have a fresh start, you know? Like, I had a fresh start, Nate. Like, a fresh start. Like that was like a big thing for me. Oh my God, it's crazy. Like, I have a fresh start. I can do what I want to. And I know how to maneuver in a way where I can be unbothered. Okay, I want to be unbothered and such. And that fresh start, I believe, could save so many children from, to be honest with you, shooting up schools. All right, I'm being real with you. Shooting up schools, straight up. Like, you know, ER, right? ER, who he is?
ER.
Yeah.
No.
Also known as Chat Joke ER. Okay, Chat. He is.
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people in the they call it the incel community, but I run a Black Pill channel, so it's kind of like, you know, bleed over. But like, Elliot Roger, okay, you can't say his name too loud actually because it could be off YouTube nowadays. But Elliot Roger, okay, he actually had autism, Aspergers. It was like, it made sense. It made like you could, okay, from his voice, you could, from his behavior, you could tell but not tell, you know. And in his manifesto, which I've read a little bit, it's like he described growing up as a children, and the other kids would use him for attention, for inhumane amusement and stuff. And that was like, Chad, man said, Nate, he said, here ERO. Oh my God. Oh my God. What's wrong with you? We all stop doing that. Chat. Oh, y'all are the worst for that, Chad. But ER, basically, he's described that, you know what I mean? Till even in high school, he was short, because you know, half Asian, short, autism, severe bullying, couldn't fit in. He went to parties, didn't fit in. All right, made a butt joke of things, and he just didn't feel at place with things. You know what I mean? He just did not feel around the world, and that led to violence. It did. Or even films like Joke ER, okay? Joke ER, it's crazy, Nate. Like, this film comes out, you know what I mean? Joke ER comes out, and people, Nate, are cheering, you know, they're celebrating. All right, like, this film, oh my God, it's my life, dude. Okay, like, I can't believe it. And it's like, if you actually understand who Joke ER is, according to the film, he's so similar to ER, so similar, like super similar. Okay, severe depression, bullying. Okay, and in my opinion, autism. Like, I mean, clearly it's there, bro. Clearly, like, and people really would cheer, right, over Joke ER, the movie, but when people are in real life going through similar things, they treat them worse, like, and really, really bad. And that's the thing about my channel I've noticed too, and why my channel exists, is I want to help men have an outlet to where they feel understood as men. Now, Nate, all right?
Yes.
Describe how it was like, okay, doing school assignments. Okay, did you ever do like group work at all?
Yeah. You know, the strangest thing is, you know, I found myself, you know, doing better when I work with others, as opposed to just working alone. You know, there are times when I'd rather prefer to work alone.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of more of an isolated
Yeah.
person. I was more isolated. In a ways, I still kind of am, admittedly, but I'm still trying to break through. But other than that, I always try to, work with a group. Though there are times where I didn't want to because I was being matched up with people who actually bullied me.
Oh, isn't that the worst? Is that the worst?
Yeah.
It's the worst. Oh my dude, it's the worst.
Every time. And what's funny is every time I tell the teacher no, they would be like, "What? What's wrong with you?" Like, what?
Oh my god, it's the worst. Like, Jesus,
yeah, I
man.
mean, and let me just say, I'm the kind of person who tries to avoid conflict.
Same.
I always try to do that. And every time someone is just going off the deep end with me or just yelling at me, I'm just sitting there. I'm just sitting there and I'm just taking it. I just, I mean, let me just speak from experience. Every time I would do it back to them, they get away with it, but I don't. I end up in trouble because they basically gaslight me or whatever, or and make sure others dogpile onto me. And I will say this: I actually had one teacher in high school who was such a bully. Oh my gosh, she was.
Oh, actually, okay, hold on, Nate. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another thing actually people ignore is that the teachers bully students too. This is very common, y'all. I'm telling you, people you got. Okay, there's a used to be this terrible behind band called Below the Dance Floor, and they have a member called Jay, and Jay was literally bullied by teachers. He literally dropped out. Excuse me. He had to get homeschooled because of the bullying from the teachers. Okay. Like,
oh man.
But continue, Nate. The teacher bullying you. Continue.
I mean, yeah. So she, I don't want to go into too much detail.
Yeah.
But they would actually, yeah. But anyways, they would, just yell at all the students. It doesn't matter if they were good or not. They would just yell at the student, whatever, and even if they didn't do anything, they would just be so, just how do you say it? They would be unnecessarily mean.
Yeah.
I would actually report it. I actually tried reporting it, several times until finally they gave me a teacher aide. They switched me out and put me in another classroom where I do teacher aide work, which was so much better, by the way, because it was quiet work for a change. Because I didn't want to listen to all this, I wasn't willing to take all of that abuse anymore. I was just at the point where I was about to explode. One time I actually, exploded. I tried to send an email. It didn't go through, by the way.
Maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I was so angry in that letter. I mean, the teacher never saw it. They never saw it. And then the only email they got was me apologizing to them for writing that letter. But still, I mean, people. I mean, it's better than going and shooting up the school. But that's basically where I boil over. I just write something really angry, and I might even send it to that person and give them a piece of my mind, but I don't do that anymore. It's not a good idea. But it was all the pain that the teacher just put onto me, and the steam just built up over time. And it got to the boiling point where it was just raging fire, anger that I just wanted to, like Dumbledore tried to do with Voldemort. If you
Yeah.
guys watched Harry, or, he threw the fire right back at Voldemort.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
oh my god. Jesus, though,
Just
bro. Jesus, that's so funny. Though, didn't sin. And like that's listen, man. It's convenient, though, man. It's convenient. It really is. Like it didn't sin. Oh god.
I mean,
it's funny, though, man.
I was so lucky because if that letter had actually gone through, I would have gotten suspended.
No.
I mean, my gosh, and oh man, it's really unfortunate that the teacher. I mean, the teachers just get away with it, man, and the teachers. And I feel bad for any kid who has that teacher because they're in for hell. They're in for it.
Let's see. I'm trying to find this guy's YouTube channel, bro. I cannot find it for the life of me, bro. Like, I wouldn't know if I could see it. It's like, here's a comic book he wrote, actually, for autism and stuff, you know what I mean? It's a very, very good book. It really is. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Someone on Twitter I know follows him. What's this dude's name? But, okay, and what I've noticed, too, is that people with autism, Aspergers, they're generally, I would say, people of the internet, okay? You know what I mean? People of the internet. So Nate, would you say that you spend the time on the internet a lot?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what do you like watch though? You know what I mean? Most of the internet.
Political stuff. Of course, I'm a metalhead, so I look up new songs, so I can buy a whole bunch of metal, punk, rock stuff.
Yeah.
Even Celtic. I love Celtic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I spend my time collecting music, and of course, I'm also saving a whole bunch of videos before they're taken down because I don't trust YouTube at all.
I gotta do that for my channel too. Oh God, I'm too lazy to do
It's
that.
annoying.
Man. I gotta do a BitChute. Yeah, cause BitChute's broken, bro. It's broken. They gotta do it like manually now. Freaking sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But like, okay, so as a kid, all right, you get toys. You know what I mean? What toys did you have as a child? Were they like Legos? What they were like?
There were Legos, but I loved collecting cars because I'm a car guy.
Okay.
Yeah. If there's like a car going by, I can tell you what decade it's from, what car it is. I mean, I still have that ability. I can tell you, oh look, that's a 1965 Bel Air right over there. Or that's a 73 Valiant, right? So that's I can literally identify the cars wherever I see them. It's a skill that I developed over time throughout my life.
What I've noticed is that though, people who have autism or Aspergers, they generally have that one thing, you know what I mean, that like they like really are into, like Legos. It's either like Legos or like Minecraft too, of course. It's listen, y'all, it's true. Okay, the Minecraft thing with autism is true. It's a sad meme, but it's true. Like it really is. Like people awesome love Minecraft. I understand why though. I do. Some people love Legos, or even things like again cars. You know what I mean? Or even things like just doing construction. Like they like things like model shipbuilding and stuff. And that to me is really cool. Like how Lily, because again it's a male brain. If it's a male brain, so like of course to me it makes sense now. But that's wild though, man. Oh my god. So Nate, did you have like Hot Wheels or what's the other one's called? Matchbox.
I had Matchbox. I had Hot Wheels. I had what's it called? Maisto? Is that how you call it? Is that how you pronounce it? Maisto.
Yeah.
Maisto, something like that. There was a whole bunch of stuff that. Oh yes, Johnny Lightning. I love Johnny Lightning. What is the other? Green Light. That's another one. that I've been getting as well. It's funny. I still collect cars to this day.
Listen, man. I mean, like some of them, they worth a lot though, man. Some worth a lot. Like they are. The mall cars.
Yeah. I mean, there was a period of time where I stopped doing it, but eventually there was a period of time where I was just buying a whole bunch on eBay and Amazon, man. I was on a shopping spree for all these cars, I mean, so, and then of course, there was like the big model cars that I liked to even play with, even though they were meant to be on display, so, but other than that, there were, the cars that I collect these days are just the small cars. I don't get the big cars anymore. So
the thing is though, like I've noticed too, is that like people don't realize, man, there's like a whole community of people that like look for especially the unboxed ones. That's listen, man. Them unboxed like or packaged cars, they be selling y'all out here. They be selling. Like as a kid, I was more in Hot Wheels. I was like, the hell's Matchbox? Get this out of my face. I'm like, what the Matchbox? No, send it back to the store immediately, okay? Matchbox. No, like ridiculous. It's Hot Wheels all day this household, man. Hot Wheels all day.
Yeah, Hot Wheels was huge on my list. I will say that. I have got a huge collection of Hot Wheels cars. I mean, I think oh my gosh, I think I've got like between 500-600 cars in my collection. I mean, I'm not kidding. I got a whole bunch. I mean, whole bunch.
I found his account. I found it. I know it wasn't crazy. Yes. Okay.
Oh, you found it. Oh, you found him.
Yes. It's, okay. The account is called Nick on Planet Ripple. That's thank God. Thank God, bro. Like I was looking for, I'm like, where the hell is this man's account? Like he loves Legos. What's this man's account? But like, yeah, it's like his account. Yeah, it's Nick on Planet Ripple. He has a whole comic book about autism. You know what I mean? And it's really good because and like it's very accurate. Like honestly, the person is really cool. You know what I mean? He's a autism spokesman as well. Great channel, man. Nick on Planet Ripple. Great channel, man. Really Leftist. Great channel. But yeah, man. Oh my God, man. Jesus, man. Matchbox is nice and retro is better. I clicked it a bit in my day. No, it's not better than Hot Wheels. That is lies and slander, sir. Okay, listen. You already know this is not true. That's not okay. All right. As a kid, I had a discussion in class too. The reason why Hot Wheels is better because they had the better cars. This is a fact. Okay, like Hot Wheels had the brand deals, bro. The brand deals. Man, listen. Like, nah. Okay, that's like saying you like what's the company called? Like Lego, but not Lego. Mega Blocks. It's like saying, oh yeah, man, Mega Blocks over Legos. You're a poor bro. Listen, no. Listen, you were just broke as hell as a kid. That's all it is. No one says a kid, know what I want to have for Christmas? Like Mega Blocks. Never said it ever. It was always, Mom, Dad, I want some Legos. We all know Legos cost too much freaking money. Okay, but to be honest though, Legos are very well built, very well built actually toys. That's a very long time. Like from the 80s, they still look fresh, you know what I mean? Because the way they made it stuff, but yeah, man, y'all lying, bro. You already know for a fact, okay? No way in hell is Matchbox over Hot Wheels. Okay? That ain't happening. We will fight, sir, in chat. All right.
You know what else I played when I was a kid? Lincoln Logs and Fiddlesticks.
Really?
Yeah. I think I got like one package of Lincoln Logs left that I'm about to give away though, but but man, those were a lot of fun.
My hobbies were skateboarding, Rainbow Six, any point where Luna start. Hey, sir. Last part can be left out, sir. Last part can be left out.
Oh gosh.
Oh my God. But yeah, that's another thing too I've noticed too is there's definitely a mix where programmers, you know what I mean, a lot of them have Asperger's, autism, and video games community as well. A lot of people do have it, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie.
Man.
Because listen, okay, people gotta understand countercultures, all right, were for weird people. Let's be real. Let's have an honest discussion, okay? Like, and people who I've noticed too have had like autism and stuff, you know what I mean? They enjoy playing video games, but games like RPGs. You know what I mean? Like RPGs, more constructive games, okay? Games that involve creativity. Pretty much, they like playing games where they can find a world where they can be themselves, you know? That's a big thing. And, like, for example, in my library of video games, like, I like Quake, I don't know, Tournament, all right? And I love FPS, but I also enjoy the game like KOTOR, because I love Star Wars. Rip. Oh, Star Wars, man. God. Oh, man. But like,
weird. The only Star.
What's up?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say. The only Star Wars game I ever played was on Xbox. It was called Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh yeah, man. That game was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But like,
though I was mostly into car games. There was a series called Project Gotham Racing. Have you ever heard of that one?
yes.
Yeah, that one is really a lot of fun. Though I think number 2 is the best of all of them because yes, I would love to go backwards when I'm bored, in one race, and then I'll just crash all the cars. It's just yeah.
Another thing I noticed too is they like also games like puzzle games too. You know what I mean? Like puzzle games and people with autism go hand in hand. I noticed that, and for me, it's like kind of obvious. Because it's like, puzzles are basically, you know what I mean, it's a challenge, but it tests in a way, like, puzzles can be solved in a way that's like, a spectrum. It's not step by step, as in, like, follow these similar patterns and stuff. And to me, like, I like seeing that, you know what I mean? How you can express yourself even with puzzles. And it's like, I want men to realize on this channel that the kids that you pretty much saw in high school, in middle school, in elementary school that had autism and stuff, they were just like you. They were still children, you know what I mean? Like they still enjoy things. And it's like, I've noticed that because of demonization of this unfortunate thing, is that it leads a lot of men to feeling like they don't have a true place, that is their own. Like, because again, just mostly men have this thing, because call space right here. And like in your life, okay, you like cars, you know what I mean? You like these sort of things and things that you enjoy and such. Like that for you, that's your thing, you know what I mean? That's your thing.
Yeah.
I believe that everyone should have their thing they enjoy to do. They should all have their one thing. And with me, I basically collect video games. Pretty much. Now pretty much digital because it's current year. But it's my collection. Call collection what it is, you know what I mean? Collection. And I enjoy video games a lot because I've always enjoyed the idea that I can basically be myself and still have a way to entertain myself. You know what I mean? Have some kind of like, compliment and stuff. Like, I'll put it. I have APD. So, APD, a lot of things as kids, people experienced, I never did concerning other children. Like, example, okay, Nate? I had APD, so the whole LAN party thing where, I had my friends come over and because I had friends come over, we played Halo, whatever, on LAN party. I've never had that experience at all. Never had it. My thing was always, as a kid, I playing video games by myself. So, it's like, playing by myself for me was always my thing. So, my memories in gaming are by myself. I remember playing Kingdom Hearts. I remember playing, Kingdom Hearts 2. That's the GOAT. Favorite of all time. But it's mix, okay? I remember playing games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, classic. I remember playing games like, let me think here. God, man, Spyro. I love Spyro. Okay, that's my dude. Spyro is my guy, okay? That is my guy. And memories I have in my childhood involving games, racing games as well. Listen, man, okay? Gran Turismo is amazing, okay? Gran Turismo
those are awesome. Those are awesome.
Dude, I love me some, okay? Love me some simulation racing-based games, okay? I love Forza 2. Forza's good too. Forza is a better racing game than Gran Turismo. But simulation, actually like simulation of driving, oh man. GT was a GOAT, bro. Like, listen, like, it's like having an RPG, you know what I mean? As well, because, got like, get your car, upgrade your car, you know what I mean? And like, sell your car back. I love that as a kid. Loved it. Or even game like, Tony Hawk. I love Pro Skater 3 and 4, especially 4. Why?
I got 4.
You know then, like, the best part about Pro Skater 4 is making your own freaking skate parks. Like, easily. That was like, bro, like, listen, like, as a kid too, man, listen, I'll spend hours doing that, bro, hours. I was a perfection. My parks were fire, y'all. Fire behind parks, all right? You like, I like that, you know what I mean? I like how I had those confidence as a kid. I can look back on and see as an adult how it all came, through. Like, I remember Nate, you know what I mean, going home after being completely, like, stigmatized at school and going, it'd be a Friday night, whatever. I'm playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, whatever, and 3, making my own skate parks. I mean, for hours. I mean, I'm going in, Nate, okay? I got a freaking They have pipes over here, okay? I got a freaking rail. My stuff was fire, bro. Okay, it was fire. And it was great, man. Like, so Nate, what'd you play as a kid too, man, game-wise?
I remember playing Pac-Man World 2. I remember that game.
Great game, man. Great game.
Yeah, I actually, after I beat all of the levels in that one, I would go around and play them again and get all the tokens and, of course, get the 100% or whatever in each and every level as much as possible. And here's the best part. I would even collect lives, and I've got like over 25,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yeah, so that way I will never lose a game. Never, ever lose a game.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are a few levels where you could get a whole bunch of lives all at once. You know, like
true.
if you die. Yeah, and like if you die, you only lose one, but then you will get even more in that same level. You know? So, yeah, I would once in a while I would play that game and do that. You know, and of course it's nostalgia because I'm into nostalgia these days. Because pretty much a lot of the new stuff is just not as good.
It's not. Okay, for all I've been told, okay, Nate, I've been told that there's a link between people that like Sonic the Hedgehog and autism. Is that for you, Nate? Is that true?
Oh my gosh, I love Sonic.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ!
Well, however, the sad thing for me is I didn't get a chance to play it as much throughout my entire life.
Oh, okay.
So you know what? I gotta go buy those games. I gotta go buy them.
Well, I'm like, is this true? I'm like, oh my God, it seems true. They loved it. Continue.
Well, here's one. I mean, there's probably more out there. You know,
like the whole community is like, it's like I understand. I was told, well, he moves fast. You know what I mean? Very fast moving like creature. That's why I like him. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. But like, you're all here. The whole community got autism. Like, to me, it's crazy, man. That's so crazy. So crazy. Sonic Mania is nice. Oh, yeah, Sonic Mania. Bro, look, Sonic Mania is amazing, bro. Sonic Mania is absolutely amazing as a game. That's the best 2D.
I heard that's really good. I heard it's really good.
That is the best 2D Sonic game probably. I'm going to say it. Ever made. I'm going to say it. Ever made. Like, ever made. Like, the best one. Like, listen. I like Sonic 3 plus Sonic Knuckles, but Sonic Mania on a whole different level, bro. Like, that game is amazing, bro. Like, let me see. All right. What you saying here? Continue.
Most of my time, whenever I'm playing video games, I'm usually playing Burnout Paradise.
Oh,
it's on
my
Xbox
God,
360.
dude. It's on PC too, man. Burnout Paradise, best for the mods, bro. Woo! Now that game is top. Woo.
And the best part is I can listen to the metal music and play that game. It fits perfectly.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, it is just I could just sit back and relax, and it's so much fun. I could just play it for hours and hours and hours.
If you can get on PC, man, and get the freaking mods, bro. The mods, okay, like with the other world, with the other island, bro, dog. That is a freaking game, and EA lied, okay. EA said.
There's another world in Paradise.
Yes, it was I think it was a DLC or whatever, but they have a whole like mod. They put it on the PC version, bro. It's a whole nother island, dog. It's amazing, bro. Like game masterpiece, man, masterpiece. All right. What was the two? Oh God, there's another game too. Oh yeah, right. The sequel. EA. Okay, EA. Listen, bro. EA lied. All right, EA freaking lied. This one Need for Speed game, it was supposed to be a sequel to, spiritual successor to Burnout Paradise. They lied. It was not. I was so mad, bro. I'm like, you do not threaten me with a good time and then lie about it. Like, what game was it? Oh my God. It was called, I got you. Hold on a second. Need for Speed. Was it Rivals? Oh my god, bro. Listen, okay.
Need for Speed.
Need for Speed Rivals though. Like I can see it in theory, you know what I mean, being Burnout Paradise. But first of all, okay, I'm real with you. There's only one game I play as racing game at 30 FPS. Only one. Only one. Okay, that's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. That's it. And even still, on PC right now, when I play it, modify mods. Okay, mod it. 60 FPS mod. The game, Nate, had a locked 30 FPS rate to it. Okay, I'm on PC. It was choppy as hell, and the actual frame rate was tied to the game engine performance. So you check the frame rate and broke the game. I'm like, no, EA, why? Why would you do that? That was a good idea. Oh, I was so mad, bro. I'm like, oh my god, like, oh my, it's like how when Battlefront, the new one came out, the first one, everyone was so mad because it was trash. Listen, EA, okay, you can't be saying things like, okay, successor to Battlefront, and then make the game have no Battlefrontism in it. Okay, no, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. Just complete trash, man. Like, oh, EA, man. Need to be Underground. Yeah, chat. Yeah, chat. Need to be Underground, Midnight Club, chat. All of them, bro. I played them all as a kid. Okay, all of them are great. Like Burnout 3 is great too, man. Burnout 3 is really good, but Paradise, woo! Paradise is on a whole nother level, bro. It's a continue.
Yeah, now I gotta go buy the PC version.
Oh, you got to, I mean, bro, you got to. That's like, it. Look at the mods too. The mods, man. PC, like, the best. That's a top 5 racing game of all time. It has to be top 5. Has to be, like, it just, dog, a whole other island full of content to pick. Like, it's like how okay, how to describe it? Trackmania, okay? I love Trackmania as well. I do. Trackmania to me is amazing, okay? And like if you took Trackmania and had Burnout had a baby, and like, y'all listen, get you some Burnout Paradise, man. If you haven't, get some of that. All right, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit for GameCube. Yeah, Hot Pursuit 2, absolutely, bro. Go. That's the best Need for Speed game. The best one. Hot Pursuit 2, easily the best one, okay? Because Hot Pursuit 2 took the most skill of all of them. The most skill, easily the most skill, okay? Because I like Carbon, okay? I like Underground. They're cool, but when they add Turbo to Nitrous to Need for Speed, it made it so easy, y'all. So freaking easy, dog. Like, you have no idea. Hot Pursuit, listen. Hot Pursuit 2, dog, listen, okay? The police had Nitrous. You did not. All right? Big difference. Big difference. Like, listen. That game had its time. Have its time, man. Truly, man. Truly. Let's see what the chat's saying here. What chat's saying. I want a PC so bad. I want a PC so bad. I was thinking to build one, but I lost my job. Oh, I understand. Understand, man. I understand. Sonic Adventure, though. Great game. Sonic Adventure 1, 2, and 3 are great. Love them all. Oh, Sonic Adventure. I thought you meant Sonic Advance. My bad. Adventure 1 is kind of trash. Adventure 2 is actually better than 1. All right. I hate big levels. Those damn fishing levels. Oh, God. The worst, bro. The worst. The worst, bro. Real chat sick. Redmond. Oh, I love Redmond, bro. Love Redmond. Love Redmond, bro. Love it. Love Redmond. Love it to death. All I play is Mega Man. I love Mega Man, bro. I love Mega Man, like, to death. That me is a ride or die. Okay, like Mega Man. I'm playing Mega Man 2, 3, like and especially X. X1 is really good. Like masterpiece. X2. I like X3 as well, but X4 and X5? Boy, listen, the X franchise is fire except 6 and 7. Those are trash.
There's actually an underrated game that I played on Xbox. It's called Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Ever heard of that one?
I have heard of it. Yes.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I can fight all the skeletons, the zombies, and the zombie pirates, and I can even put out the monsters that are on fire with a fire extinguisher. It's just, oh man, so much fun, so much fun. It's like hundreds of levels. You're going around in a haunted house. It's so much fun. You all should check it out. You should check it out. It's so much fun.
Mega Man X8 is fire. Okay, I'm gonna allow Mega Man X8. But also, I played, what's the game called? Oh my God, what you calling me? I just in my head, though. Oh yeah, zombie games, okay? Listen, okay? I love survival horror games. I do. survival horror games to me I mean OG ones, the old ones. Okay, love them to death. I do. I played Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, which is hell. Okay, 0, which is okay. I love Silent Hill, like to death. 1, 2, 3, 4 to death. Like no question asked. But my favorite survival horror game of all time. People know what I'm about to say. System Shock 2. It cannot be beat. Listen, I played Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 to me is probably the best one of all time, story-wise, to a degree. But like, what was it? People saying like, oh, BioShock 1. Listen, BioShock 1 has not come close to System Shock 2. BioShock 1 is the successor to the franchise. I like BioShock. I do. 1, 2, and BioShock Infinite, love them to death. I do. But over System Shock 2? No. Okay, like System Shock 2, that freaking twist boy, like, you can't be that twist, man. You can't be that twist. Nah. Okay, like, let's see. But yeah, chat, like, even like Last of Us, the first one, not sequel. Like, love Last of Us, I do. Like, survival horror to me, like, that's just like a jam. Okay, I love it. Okay, I do. And even like films too. I love horror films, but I'm picky as hell. You know, like, mad picky. Like, my favorite horror films are Alien and The Thing. Favorite one. See, I don't know, bro. Silent Hill 1, but pre-Flames. It is Flames, but it ain't System Shock 2 at all. Like, at all. System Shock 2, listen, System Shock 2, literally, it's like, BioShock 1's twist is great, but the twist in System Shock 2 is on a whole different level, son. The whole gameplay, bro, okay, listen. System Shock 2 is terrifying. Like, it is terrifying. To this day still, hard as hell, ain't gonna lie, good exploration. Like, if you wanna play, like, I mean, real, strong behind, survival, keyword survival, horror, that's like, big brain, like, crazy behind, System Shock 2 wins. Like, hands down, ain't even close, game should have a sequel. Like, Looking Glass Studios, man, company's amazing. Oh, man. But
all the games, they never end. They never end.
They never do. But in the chat right now, the chat I've noticed too, a lot of people in the chat have autism as well, and my channel shows people they're normal. You know what I mean? They're regular people and stuff. And what Nate basically has shown is, despite everything he's gone through, you know what I mean, he's just like, you know, he's still straight and stuff. Oh God. Oh yeah, I want to say, okay, Nate, how do you like making friends with having autism? How do you like for you doing that?
Making friends.
Yes. I say current year, bro. It's the worst. Oh my God.
I mean, I'm just happy I'm not in school today. I mean, I struggled making friends, you know, growing up. Of course, there have been few people that, you know, I think have used me, and, you know, they were pretending to be my friend.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I mean, it was that hurt a lot. And of course, you know, I was being bullied by mostly men. You know, and that's why I was hanging out with the girls. I was always hanging out with them, and of course, the men would make fun of me even more. You know?
Yes, they will.
Yeah. So that's the worst thing. That's the worst thing.
Oh, it's so crazy though, man. Like, it's so crazy that people have talked to, like, especially in current year. In current year, like, oh yeah, chat said you have great taste in games. I need to borrow some, bro. PC gamer, bro. PC gamer. Like, since I was a kid, PC gamer. I played, of course, PS2 as well, you know what I mean, and also Xbox, you know. But me, PC, bro, that's me. Like, I learned how to type y'all from the PC, playing games. Roblox, RuneScape, both of them. I'll type. But the thing is, Nate, what I've noticed is that I'll put it. Having autism and in current year, trying to make friends seems like, oh god, freaking phone. Seems like it's something that's very, very, like, you know, extremely hard nowadays, you know, like, because we live in a very, very plastic society and culture that's very, very stuck on being completely, let's keep it real, at the expense of men. So, my thing is, okay, let's say, Nate, social media. You're on, like, Facebook or, like, Snapchat, you know what I mean? You will feel left out, you know?
Yeah.
Because you will see people having more regular things. I mean, experiences. But then the black pill has taught me that there's it's a majority of men you see on social media going through more normal things and stuff. But the thing is, what I've noticed in the black pill is the black pill taught me that a lot of men aren't having those things at all. And I mean a lot of them. I can prove it. Because when 1 out of 3 men are having no and all intercourse, it means a lot of men are by themselves and lonely as hell, you know? So
Yeah.
when you realize that is pretty much normal nowadays, it causes a mental like relief in a way. Like
Yeah.
for you, Nate, you're like me, okay? We're people of the internet. We are. We definitely are. And like the internet culture nowadays has become so mainstream. Honestly, very mainstream. Could call it bait here, but for us, we were basically with internet culture. For us, it was to be more niche, you know. Like we'll be online finding things, you know what I mean, and enjoying certain things that were just those communities. But it's like it all came full circle in a way. It really did. Like, install Snapchat. Oh, bro, you ain't wrong. You were not wrong, chat. You're not wrong, chat. But Nate, my thing is, okay, Nate, I'll put it. The many men will hear this who also have autism, okay, who are very, very isolated and alone. How would you say the best way to deal with that feeling regularly?
Oh man. You know, honestly, I haven't. That's not something that I have thought through.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
you know, it's because it's something to it takes time to break out of a very dark world. You know, it takes time, and of course, you know, I mean, you're more. The thing about being isolated is that you get used to it, you get comfortable with it, and then it gets hard to break out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the thing is, because of how I grew up, it's gotten me to the point where, you know, I'm afraid of, you know, getting out of my own cocoon. Let's just call it that for now, because of the experiences that I went through and how I was treated, and I'm afraid that other people are going to do that to me again. I have to go through another period of it again. Yeah, so but the best thing to do is to take it slow, and, you know, don't be quick about it, because, you know, this is not a pain that's going to go away overnight. I mean, let's be real about it. But the best thing to do is just take it slow, and don't, you know, just, you know, and of course, try to be around people, you know, that you can trust. I mean, that's the sad thing, is we have to trust somebody.
Yeah.
We have to trust somebody, and it's just so hard because, you know, if you've been used so much like I have been, it's hard to trust people, you know. So, I mean, I'm still kind of, you know, I'm kind of like in the position where, you know, you have to how do I put it? You got to be. I'm just like the more cautious type.
Yeah.
That's, and so it's okay to be cautious, but if you're living in paranoia, you know, then you're just gonna see it get much worse for you. You know, I mean, yeah, it might be better not to be around those who are going to abuse you, but, you know, if you live isolated so long, it's detrimental not just to your health but mentally as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, to anybody who has autism and who's watching this, the best advice that I can give at the moment right now is, you know, just take it slow. Don't try to do it quickly, because, you know, that would be too sudden. You know, you got to take it every step at a time. You know, whatever works for you.
Okay, how about your family? How do they treat you?
I've had, I mean, my parents, you know, they did the best that they could for me. Though there, of course, they've made some mistakes, in how to, treat my autism, so to speak, such as the drugs or whatever. I mean, they were really trying to get me heavily drugged.
Welcome to California.
Not my parents.
You're over to California.
Not my parents though, but the doctors, they were like saying, let's give them all these pills, and my parents were like, no, we're not gonna do it, we're not gonna overdo it, we're not gonna or whatever. But man, taking those pills, just it made me drowsy. It messed up my sleep. I'm still dealing with my sleep schedule. I'm telling you, it's horrible. It's just horrible. And of course, I've had. No, that's something else. I'm sorry. But anyways, pretty much my family has treated me well. I wasn't abused by family members, but I do know that there are some out there with autism who probably have been abused or abandoned, so to speak. Probably.
There's a YouTuber, channel actually that blew up because of the virus. It's called Jelly's Marbles. You ever seen it? The marble racing thing on YouTube? Like Jelly's Marbles. You ever seen it before? Oh gosh, listen, okay. Marble 1, okay. Jelly's Marbles is freaking fire. Okay, that dude Jelly, okay, genius, okay. He has a whole Marble Olympics. He gets promotions now from like the Formula Racing now for Marble E as an electronic, a parody of obviously Formula E electronic Formula Racing. He has a whole Marble Olympics too. Okay, like great behind channel, y'all. If you do not all watch Jelly's Marbles, okay, what are you doing? Watch it, please. And Jelly is autistic, and like his story to me is so interesting. You know what I mean? Because he basically now has a very, very full, successful, financially stable life, and he's very autistic. Look at me. He's autistic. You know what I mean? Nate. Okay, does the future scare you in a way? You know what I mean? Because you're autism.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry?
Did the future scare you because of autism? You know what I mean? Like, do you ever have those feelings like, in 5 years, 10 years, will I still be alive? You know what I mean? Because find employment, somewhere to stay.
Oh man. Yeah, I will admit it does. The future does scare me. Yeah. It does, because as things continue to get worse, it's like, how am I going to survive this? Yeah. So it's.
Let's continue.
Someone in the live chat said this guy talking as autistic. He sounds normal.
The funny thing is, actually, to be honest with you, Nate, like, I probably could have noticed it, you know what I mean, when I first heard your voice, but from what I've seen, Nate, it's pretty much mixed with you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can tell, or no, I can't tell. And even with the dude I told you earlier, what's the dude's name again? Oh my god. It's Nick. Okay, Nick on Planet Ripple with him. I knew autism because of his voice. Okay, my brother as well. And in the comments too, be like, this man's voice. Okay, and in my opinion though, despite that more autistic voice, whatever we all want to call it, to me they still speak well. You know, like if I could understand. Okay, people say to list whatever. But for me, it's like, can I understand this person in a very, very clear and confined way? If it's yes, then it is what it is. But from what I noticed too, Nate, the whole employment thing, believe me, I understand. My brother honestly concerns me in that regard as well because, like, similar thing going on. But from what I've seen, the best way to have that, like, cease of fear of employment is, I agree with you, I hate to say it, but technology, you know what I mean? Like, I honestly believe that IT is a good oasis for people with autism. Except help desk. Okay, listen, okay, chat, help desk is no, okay? Help desk is no. Do not do that. Listen, okay, if you have autism, okay, do not do the help desk unless you're, like, extremely high functioning, because that'll be a nightmare for you. Trust me, it will be. But, like, networking, you know what I mean? Or, like, cybersecurity too. I do believe that if you have autism, okay, that IT work can really, really help you to where your isolation, okay, your ability to solve things that other people just seem to struggle with, because you have Aspergers, you know what I mean, or your feeling of isolation will be to your benefit. I 100% believe that, like programming or like networking or like and analysis as well. Like if you really want to have that more secure future, please look into technology, into IT work. All right, if you need help, I know people as well that can help you get into IT. You know what I mean? Because I do fear for y'all. I do. Like, that concerns me. How, like, there's a link between autism and men are homeless. There's a link to it. Like, there's actually a link to it. You know? And, like, it's one of those things where it's an issue that men face. Men face that issue of, will I be in a place with employment? Will I be homeless? Because women be like, listen, man, I got some simps. You know what I mean? Only simps, and they good. But men, no. Unless you're gay. All right, but hey, can you still get an IT career without a bachelor's? Bro, listen, okay. I know people that are, well, one person's a high school dropout, but dude, I know people that have several people in IT right now with no bachelor's degree. Several. I mean, several people. Several. Because it's very, very experienced and certification based as an industry, okay? It really, really is. Especially in cybersecurity, by the way. Especially that one. Because, you know, big fish, big fish. But that's the one I'm looking for men. Is definitely technology. Or even like believe it or not, blue collar work. So like welding. You know what I mean? Welding works for y'all as well if you want to get into welding. And I would say also like being a mechanic, because that's literally puzzles. You know, and I do believe those careers can help them so much, because what I've seen is that when people have autism, all right, there doesn't seem to be a way to where they train them to be in society to where they can provide for themselves, you know? It always seems like, you know, the whole feel-good story. Not the whole, can we actually make these people feel normal? Can some companies train you? What do you mean by that? Like for IT work, you know your own, honestly. Electrician, yes, electrician, thank you, electrician. Great career path for autism as well. But if you want to learn IT work, get your A plus first, bro. Get your A plus first, and then get like your CCNA and stuff like that. I worked in IT without bachelor's, but that was like in 2007. To this day, still, man, no degree needed for IT work. To this day, still. I mean, matter of fact, to this day, more than ever, no degree needed. Straight up, be real with you. But that's crazy though, Nate. That's so wild, man. Like, he did all these things, man. Like, your story and stuff. Oh, it's crazy. Is there anyone that has like autism you look up to at all, Nate, or no?
There isn't very many people that I look up to, honestly. It's, you know, it's not that you know, it's not that I'm not looking for like a role model or anything, but you know, it's, the thing is, you know, I don't necessarily need to, you know, go out with the, you know, like like all these pride stuff. You know, I don't need to do that necessarily. I can just, you know, all I can do is just, you know, try to be a part of the, you know, the rest of, you know, quote unquote society, so to speak. But of course it's, you know, for someone with autism, you know, or someone in my position, you know, with Asperger's, you know, it's hard to blend in. It really is.
Yeah, so crazy. It's a wild.
I mean, but I will tell you, I do have a few close friends who have Asperger's or autism, and oh man, you know, I feel so bad for them because they so badly want to fit in, and they think the best thing to do is, you know, is to show off, or you know, or all the rest of that. And I learned long ago that doesn't work. You know, people are just going to point and laugh at you. They're literally going to do that. You know, and oh man, I just feel bad. I just feel bad for them. I just can't.
What do you think they try like desire to fit in still? You know.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Why do you think they still desire to try to fit in with society still?
Well, at the time, you know, at the time before, you I came to the position that I'm in today, we were pretty much still brainwashed in part of the Western culture, all the rest of that.
Yeah.
So pretty much, my now looking back, I think that people, those with autism, and it's mostly young boys that are with autism,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I fear that they are getting put in the position where they're going to get abused, they're going to get laughed at and humiliated, and you know they're going to, as they grow up and develop, like I have, they're going to look back and they're going to feel so hurt.
Yeah.
They're going to feel like they're going to be living with regrets for the rest of their life, and that's that's, I mean, believe me, that is not a position you want to be in.
I got a donation from someone named Alpha Man. Thank you so much, Alpha Man, for a donation of £2. Believe me, man, thank you for that. Truly, man, truly. I appreciate the donations a lot from people. And again, I've told y'all before, if you want to donate to me, please use my Streamlabs link, because YouTube takes 70% of y'all, no, 30% of the money goes to YouTube, and some BS. Keep it real. But I'll put it eventually in my channel, the Streamlabs links for y'all to donate. But thank y'all, man, truly, for the donation, Alpha Man. But because again, believe me, y'all, I appreciate those a lot, I really do. You know, the money, I never use the money off my channel. Black pill about Arab people. Okay, a black pill about Arab people. Okay. The black pill for y'all is that Muhammad won, or is going to win. He's going to win. Like, I mean, people say I'm wrong, but they're having babies. So, yeah. There you go. Muhammad's going to win easily. But look right now on my phone right now, people who have Aspergers, you know what I mean? And we got like Henry Ford. That I actually did know. Henry Ford had Aspergers. That makes a lot of sense, honestly. To be honest with you in that regard. But the person behind Owl City, like, he has Aspergers. And that makes perfect sense. That makes like perfect sense. Like, because the way his music is, put in like layers of stuff and constructed and stuff is really, really cool to me. So, like, it's common. Like, it's a common thing. And I just wish that people had that, I would say, maybe compassion, you know what I mean? To try to understand instead of ridicule people for certain things that they can't control at all. Like, my opinion, okay, it's the West, okay? Being big as hell, for example, unless you're like, the actual, like, big as hell, like, clan issues, that I understand entirely. But that, Nate, is treated more with care than autism. You know that, right? Like, like people who, especially women, the body positive, the whole body positive thing, body positive, is treated way more with care than autism is. Asperger's is. Way more with care. Way more. Like, Nate, okay, you grew up being bullied severely because of Asperger's autism, okay? With the same exact level as people that were like, big as hell as kids. Let's keep it real. It was not. Because what happened was, with those kids, was something called puberty. Alright? And when puberty happened, all of a sudden, they got big and strong. Or if they're a girl, they look kind of good, you know what I mean? So, like, that happened to a lot of them. And if you have both, listen, okay, if you're big as hell and have autism, God bless your heart. Like, for y'all, I feel like, bless your heart. Bless your heart. But, like, that's the thing about me is, like, you're being harassed and tortured over a thing that you literally can't control. Like, there's no, like, off switch at all, It's crazy. Like, so crazy. Most autism people just are max and get used as a clown. That is, unfortunately, very, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Like, if y'all get a chance to read the stories on the autism Asperger's Reddit page, and like, it's so interesting, you know what I mean, what they go through, because it's like the biggest concern I've seen is they want to feel normal. Okay, it's about feeling normal, because they see people in life going through certain experiences and they don't go through anything at all like that generally, And I understand. I understand entirely as someone that has ADPD. I get where they're coming from. I understand. Like, I get it. You know, like, and I wish that men would take this more seriously. Like, men's mental health at all is not at all something that we discuss much because we're afraid to. We are. And we know why. The reason why men don't want to talk about mental health because it turns off women. Let's just be real, okay? Let's be real. Let's be real here, people, okay? Mental health discussions turn off women from you. They do. Seeing you depressed, seeing you have anxiety, all these things, you know what I mean? That literally turns them off from you. But as men, all right, as men, yeah, excuse me, women that have those certain things, for us, there's enough guys that don't care. Or, like, you know, want to, like, take it, you know what I mean, to heart and stuff. But with us, just is not the case. Now, Nate, all right, you like I do, okay? Punk, you know what I mean, metal. Great stuff, the chat. Great stuff over here. All right. At what age did you get to that kind of, like, music?
I got into it shortly after actually probably a little before I became an anarchist. So that was like about a couple of years ago, because I was just, you know, growing up, I was just listening to all of the pop music and all that stuff. But then, you know, but as I became much more aware of what's going on in the culture or whatever, you know, that's when I realized that the music I was listening to was reflecting of what's going on in the culture. And it's like, no, I want to escape all that. And of course, metal, punk and rock, all that usually provided a route to escape from all of it. So boom, there you go. So yeah, in fact, with metal, I collected more music than I have ever done before. I mean, there you go. There you go.
Well, the metal, I collect the band tees, not much anymore because I lost several of them, unfortunately. But like, I mean, as a kid, like metal, that's me is like, you know, Mega Man, okay, PS soundtracks, all right, Resident Evil soundtracks as a kid, and metal for me has always been there, always has been, always will be, and it's like having that outlet for me was very, very important to my actual being and livelihood, because I could turn on like certain bands and be like Korn. I love Korn. Korn's a rare die for me. I love Korn. See them live, okay, great band. I love Slipknot, great band. But I also like people like Ozzy Osbourne. I love Black Sabbath. I love Black Sabbath. Like, I love Black Sabbath. Okay, like the first like 4 albums, like, oh my god, like for like 4 albums.
Yeah, I have like from the first 4 albums of Black Sabbath.
Like the lyrics alone, them lyrics, like, and I like bands also like Catatonia. Yeah, Catatonia, great band as well. Trivium, great band as well. But like, I like how I can find artists like Judas Priest, okay, artists like Queen Scythe, artists like Iron Maiden, who I love, Ride or Die, okay. Even bands like Metallica, old Metallica, alright. Like, my favorite Metallica song is probably Welcome Home. Welcome Home, Max Puppets, Welcome Home. Like, that's like, and to have that outlet for me was so important, you know what I mean? Like, Phil from All Remains follows me on Twitter, Libertarian, by the way, great person. And he literally, it's like, I wrote Phil so many times, like, bro, dude, your band is how I got through middle school. You don't even know what I went through, Phil. You don't even, like All Remains, man, like, their second and third album, especially those 2 albums, were on repeat in middle school. On repeat.
You know, that reminds me, you know, during high school, metal was starting to get into my playlists. You know, I started with Ozzy Osbourne, essentially, and I will say that there were some songs that he made that, you know, helped me get through high school. Essentially, I'm not gonna lie. You know, those songs were just, you know, super powerful, man. You know, that's what I like about metal is, there's so much more. There's more soul. There's more than just soul. There's more power to it. You know, that's. So that, you know, and please people, don't come to me saying that, you know, Beyonce with the high pitched voice, that's putting in all the soul. No, No,
No,
don't tell me.
y'all listen. Judas Priest vocalist had like 7 freaking octaves, y'all. That's like that impressed me. This dude goes from a bass to a very, very high tenor. That to me is insane. All right, that impressed me. Like, but Beyonce, you know what I mean? Her albums to me are cool. 3 octave thing, whatever. And like her, by like I love Prince. Okay, Prince to me is awesome. Instruments, okay. I like her instruments. I like being bands like Theater Fears, new wave bands. I love them. I love them to death. You know what I mean? I love Duran. I love Depeche Mode. I do like
yeah.
And the reason why I love them so much, these artists, is because they express things that are non-radio commercial conventional. Okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by that I mean, all right, if I put on an album from a band called Architects, okay, Architects albums are like more big brain, emotion, social things, okay, and I turn the radio, whatever. That's not in relation to that. It's more, most radio songs are love songs. They are, because they sell.
Yeah.
They're easy to make. Like, but if I want to hear songs like actual, like, you know, like, I mean, like heartbreak songs, I put on punk. I listen to like Silverstein, okay. I listen to freaking like bands like Sailsin. Listen to bands like NOFX. Listen to bands like Pennywise. I love Pennywise. I love Comeback Kid. I love Misfits. All right, I like punk music. Like, that's me. That's my childhood. You know what I mean? I love Suicidal Tendencies as well. Great cultural thrash band. Like, and the people in the chat saying that normally see autists as an easy target. That is 100% true. 100% true. They do. You gotta understand, okay? When you are not part of that collective box that is approved of the culture around you, okay? They see you as someone for inhumane amusement to make themselves look up and appear normal. That's why the trend nowadays is that I was bullied as a kid. I had this story because the trend nowadays is I have depresso espresso bullied as a kid. I'm an e-boy, e-girl, weird, quirky person who has no friends, even though I have literally 100,000 people on my TikToks. All right, like you know what I mean? It's like that's not to me being alternative. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not. You can't be alternative, all right, and improved by the collective society around you. That's why it's called alternative. Alternative to what? The collective. Like, it's crazy though, Nate. It's so wild, man. How little your story makes sense though. Continue.
Have you ever heard Ozzy Osbourne's daughter?
I have not heard his daughter. No, his daughter. Excuse me, his daughter. His.
Kelly. Don't. Not Kelly. Her music's not very good. But Amy, his other daughter, she's having she's actually starting to have her music career emerge, and she's got a lot of potential. Her music is genius. It's beautiful.
Definitely look into that because you're a no.
It's called. Her band is called Aro.
Oh, okay, good name.
ARO. It's her. Yeah. It's the initials of her name.
Yeah.
Amy Rachel Osbourne. So it's, but her latest song is like, wow, man. It's like it starts off kind of quiet, kind of creepy sounding a little, and then then all of a sudden it starts sounding like 90s metal, kind of like with elements of what was that? What was it called? Peter Steele was the frontman of it. Typo Negative. That's it.
Yes, dude. Oh, I love dog. Oh man, he died so, dude. That dude. Yeah. Was so mad. I was like, bro, like Peter Steele. That dude is a good baritone, people. That dude was like 6'7". Okay, dude. That dude was like, that is Thor. Okay, Dark Cell, not Dark Cell. That is Thor. Okay, that is. Matter of fact, okay, Peter Steele, literally, okay, all right, y'all, listen, okay, your boy is alternative, right? People, every single girl I wanted to get with was in love with that man. In high school, listen, y'all don't know how I felt. I felt terrible. I felt like, man, this man, he was 6'7", long. It was either him or Chuck from Death. Another one too. They loved Chuck. Man, listen, that was their dude, because again, long hair, basically Thor's, it was like, oh my god, man. I'm like,
Very
oh,
deep voice too.
oh,
Very deep voice too.
oh, dude, his range is great baritone, man. And also the band Trivium.
Yeah.
Trivium covered one of their songs, "I Don't Want to Be Me." Best cover by far ever heard.
Yeah.
Of that. Like easily the best cover, easily hands down. Like not even close. That saying Hatebreed and Mudvayne, both bands to me are freaking. Listen, I love them both to death. Okay, I love Hell Yeah too. Chad's the band Hell Yeah, or Vinny Pass. Like, you understand? Okay, like without like punk and mellow, I would not be here. I promise you, I would not be here. Like at all. Like at all. Like you understand? Like that's elementary to now. Elementary, all right, to now. Like there's artists I still listen to this day on a regular routine basis. Valentine, 3 Days Grace, okay. Listen to Slipknot still religiously. Listen to bands like Overkill. I love Overkill. Okay, like I love Dying Fetus quite a bit actually. Like Flower to Prevail. Like pretty much I like metal for metal's sake. Even like pop metal as well. Like I love Camelot. I love Angre. I love freaking Son of Antarctica. Okay, Son of Antarctica to me the best pop band of all time, probably. Like that's like love them to death. Halloween, great band. I love Halloween. All right, I love Dragon Force. They're really good too. Like
I'm also into Powerwolf and Sabaton and Battle Beast. Beast in Black.
Yes.
Elaviti, I love Elaviti. They're really good. Oh man, there's also Ad Infinitum. Their debut album is gold. It's every single song. I love it. I love every single song on that album.
Yes. Let's see.
Yeah, Melissa Bunny, who is the lead singer of that band, her voice is just pure diamond. Gorgeous, just really good, really good.
Shoe, man. Nightwish, both eras of Nightwish are fire. Both eras are really good.
Nightwish is good.
Yes.
Chevelle is underrated. Chevelle is really good.
Yes, dude, absolutely, bro. Like, dude, that band, bro. Oh my god, that was a bigger band. I really do. Drowning Pool's first album is amazing, bro. That first album, oh my, the dude died, man. I was so mad. I'm like, what? He dead? What? What will we do now? Like, Saliva is really good too. I like Saliva. Their first album really good. Non-Point, that band, I seen that band live actually. Non-Point, see them live. They are awesome live. They are. My favorite Latin metal band though is El Nino, and they're pretty much dead now. So like, oh god, El Nino. They're that are technically Soulfly counts as Latin metal as well, or Sepultura. Like, but when I think Latin metal, I think El Nino because the drums and stuff in the Spanish. But yeah.
But yeah, I also like listening to Tony Iommi's riffs on his solo albums. I got all 3 of his solo albums. They are just awesome. They're absolutely awesome. His debut album has a hidden song, a Black Sabbath song on there.
Really?
Yeah. It features Ozzy and Bill Ward, and however, Geezer is not in that song, though it's one of the later bassists that was on one album for Black Sabbath. But it's pretty much a hidden Sabbath song. It's a really good one. It's really good. Oh yes, I like Candlemass.
Oh yeah. Doom metal, bro. Oh yeah, Doom.
I was so happy that the original singer returned. The original frontman came back.
Same. Like,
yeah,
I love Doom. Doom. That's why I like yes, absolutely as well. But also like it's called Katanamia. They pretty much make a mixture of like prog, alternative, and touches of doom. You know what I mean? And like that band is dark as hell, bro. That's dark as hell.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No talk, mad dark band. But
oh man, go ahead.
The chat saying like Double Driver. That band I've seen live. I've seen them live before. That band kicks ass, man. Also with Cold Chamber as well. Great bands. Like, you gotta understand, chat. My chat, listen, like, I listen to also Rob Zombie, yes. Rob Zombie as well. Definitely Rob Zombie. Movie suck though. But listen to sorry Rob, they do. They do, Rob. They do suck, bro. But like, listen to bands also like, my metal like Death Metal bands, of course. You know what I mean? In Flames, the first 5 albums, In Flames. Bring Benjamin, oh great band, man. Bring Benjamin, oh my god. Bring Benjamin, dog. That is middle school jazz, dog, all day. But I like band like the Black Dahlia Murder, I like Inflamed. I like Dark Tranquility. I love Children of Bottom as well. You know what I mean? Like my favorite guitarist actually probably Alex Lejo from Children of Bottom. Great guitarist. Like I like Darkest Hour. Okay, really underrated band. That probably is the most underrated band of their era. Cause they used to be metalcore band, you know what I mean? And they evolved from melodic metalcore to melodic death metal stuff. And their album they have, like, there's 2 albums they have, 2 of them. Actually, know what? 3 albums. 3 albums they have, 3 albums. 3 albums they made the trilogy. It tells a story, Nate. It's a beautiful story about pain and stuff, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, if you like death metal, there's like melodic death metal, you know what I mean? But can appreciate that more like gentle but passionate like presentation that's still heavy. Darkest Hour. That band recommendation from your boy, okay. Let's see, band like Enjoy as well. Oh, so many bands do I really love, okay.
I also like Forever Still.
Yes. Like
yeah, that one's really good. I also like Dragon Force.
Oh, Dragon Force is great, but Tool. Listen, y'all, I didn't believe Tool's album came out last year. I'm like listen, y'all, Tool is amazing, Chad, okay? Y'all can't be... Everyone says Tool is trash is lying to your face. No, Tool literally changed how they did, like, prog and stuff, y'all. Like, they changed how they did prog. Because they made prog popular in a way that was not for hipsters. You know what I mean? It was them... Because pretty much, it was Tool and Dream Theater. Those 2 bands for prog changed everything because bands like Meshuggah was still not, like... big at the time. They became big, actually more bigger in like 08 and stuff, 07 and stuff, you know what I mean? But Tool, oh my god, bro, like, Chad, Tool's on repeat, okay, in the household here for facts, for all day, okay? But it's crazy, Nate, you know what I mean? How many of us, you know, in the chat as well, they have, you know, autism as well, Nate, they do, and they enjoy things like you do. Like that's
amazing.
Yeah, people understand. Like, I want people to realize that people that have this are pretty much like they're just wired differently, but they're not lesser people. And I wish they would just realize that the guilt they feel now with age, in my opinion, is not justification of how they were as children, as well. You know, like the whole I bought him as a kid and I felt bad. I'm like, but why? But why did you do the? But why? what? Why did the first? Oh God, but yeah, Nate. Oh man, it's so crazy, man. Your story, Nate, is honestly really interesting, bro. It really is. Like how, yeah, right. How'd you go from How'd you go? Oh, I love Flaw. Dog, I love Flaw. Flaw. That first album is freaking amazing, bro. Underrated behind band. But Nate, how'd you go from leftist to libertarian? Cause Nate, that's wild, man. Cause it really is.
Yeah, I mean, it was a process. I mean, I was leftist for like what 10 long years. Oh man, that was pretty much my entire childhood.
Wow.
And probably around 17 or 18, you know, the Pauls, you know, come into the picture. Ron Paul and his son. And they got me questioning, you know, the state. You know, once I left the public school, once I graduated high school, I pretty much just started all over again. You know, started almost entirely in scratch. And so, you know, I spent time listening to what the Pauls had to say, and you know, it took time to develop because, you know, it was a slow process, every step at a time. You know, it took like a couple of years for me to figure it all out. And then, of course, there was like some books that I've read. You know, there was like I read Frederick Douglass's narrative, which I have in my book collection still. It's a really good read. You all should read it. It's really it really is good. And so I pretty much finally completed my journey into libertarianism probably in 2015, and then shortly after, Eric July, oh man, he comes into the picture all of a sudden after his minimum wage video. He put out his minimum wage video.
Classic.
Yeah.
Eric July, that's bro. Listen, that video is a classic, bro. Classic
yeah.
Video. Like.
Yeah, I actually have it saved in my archives somewhere. You know, oh man, I just started listening to that guy right away because, I was like, I was exploring libertarianism and all the rest of that. I was like listening to those who actually advocated, like, hey, just don't tell me what it's all about, And then, of course, Eric was making quite an impact, more than almost everybody that I was listening to. Of course, I was reading other stuff like Rothbard, Mises, that type of stuff. And then, of course, probably shortly before I started making content and doing my show, Eric finally managed to convince me to just, just become an anarchist. So, boom, that's, yeah. Of course, I've had other developments in my philosophy, but other than that, the Pauls and Eric July are what hold it together. And of course, there are other people such as yourself, Pluto.
Yeah, always.
I come along, and you walk into. It's kind of like picture my philosophy as this. The Pauls and Eric July, they're holding it all together, and they're doing pretty good. However, stuff inside it is falling apart, or whatever, because like there's holes, and then the screws are coming loose, and then people like you and several other icons that you could probably think of, they walk inside and are like, all right, let's get to work at cleaning up this mess. So then so you guys go fill in those holes, you tighten those screws, and just make sure it all holds together. So yeah, so it's I mean, it's really it's kind of funny because once I figured out that pretty much everything that I have been told was a lie, I was just going on a rant all the time, and everybody was thinking that I was crazy or whatever. And it's like, no, because I'm mad that I've been lied to for
Absolutely.
Pretty much my whole life. I mean, come on, so. But yeah, it's been quite a ride for me. It really has. So
okay. Last question before we go. All right. How put it properly? You're now in your late 20s, right? You be late 20s now, right?
Mid to late, yeah.
Mid to late. Okay, yeah, get up there. All right. Did you honestly think that you would live this long?
I just take one. I just take one day at a time. Of course. I think I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I just hope that I stick around as long as I can, so that way I can get others. I can wake up as many people as I can up, and hopefully just retire into life and just enjoy it as much as I can.
That's so crazy, man. But thank you so much, Nick, for coming on my channel, man. This is Nick the Voluntaryist, okay? Like, many of y'all again on my channel have talked to me, oh, Morpheus, I have Aspergers. I'm like, I know someone that does. I know someone. I know someone. I got someone. I got y'all. My channel, I got someone. I can get y'all. All right, so like, this is pretty much Nate, y'all. Like, and I hope people that don't have Asperger's, autism, can hear Nate speak and just see how he's very, very he's I won't say regular, but like he's not how y'all think someone would be because of the media perception. I don't like how media has basically said, oh, autism, Asperger's, they're slow. But it's like, no, like just, oh God, man, so dumb to me, bro, so dumb. But what's up?
I'll just say, I was actually a surprise. My mom actually, I was a surprise pregnancy.
Wow.
Believe it or not. So I'll just say this, I'm probably a real huge gift to the world because I'm just doing what I'm doing, and I'm just trying to wake people up like you are, and just doing all I can to just doing all I can to do whatever it is I am able to do, and in the end I pretty much done all I can do, and it's all up to you guys. So
thank you so much, Nick, for coming on my show, man. Thank you, man, truly. All right, everyone, that's pretty much it. We're done here. I'm Morpheus, aka the Base Pluto, y'all. Stay